Air tastes new again. I woke up to the window half open. Traffic far away like a hush in the trees. A pale gold morning on the kitchen table. Steam from my mug curling, slow and clean. And for a second I forgot what I was carrying. The calendar, the bills, the older grief. 'Cause the world was doing that April thing, turning the key. A breeze came in like it knew my name. Brushed my face the way you used to, soft. And I didn't ask it to stay, I just let it pass through my thoughts. On a day like this, I don't need a reason, I don't need a plan, I don't need proof. Let the green come back in its own time. Let my shoulders loose and let my pulse move. If I'm still here, it's enough. If I can breathe, it's enough. Sufficient is it just to live on a day like this? Down the block the kids are drawing sidewalks. Chalk dust on their hands like powdered sun. Somebody's radio on a porch is playing a love song that doesn't hurt as much as it once did. I passed the corner store, the old man watering the small front yard. He refuses to give up. And every little ordinary kindness feels like luck. The sky is not promising me anything, just blue that opens wide and lets me be. And that's the closest thing to mercy I've ever learned to keep. On a day like this, I don't need a reason, I don't need a plan, I don't need proof. Let the green come back in its own time. Let my shoulders loose and let my pulse move. If I'm still here, it's enough. If I can't breathe, it's enough. Sufficient is it just to live on a day like this? I used to chase a perfect moment, tie it down, make it mine. But April won't be on, it just arrived. So I step out on the stoop and let it find me. Let it touch my cheek and go. And I say your name inside my breath, not as a wound, just as a note. On a day like this, I don't need a reason, I don't need a map to make it through. Let the air come in like forgiveness. Let the sun land gentle on my room. If I'm still here, it's enough. If I can't breathe, it's enough. Sufficient is it just to live on a day like this? Air tastes new again. On a day like this. Came looking for heat and got weather that didn't know my name. Never thought I'd see it here. Snow on red ground in a place the map calls elsewhere like it's a spare room. No rose cut straight by history. No white sacks, no tally marks, no foreman's truck idling to make the air behave. Just a bluff in December, green scrub hanging on in the sky, doing its own thing. My boots keep time with gravel, my breath turns into proof. I watch my hands like strangers, they're empty, and they don't know what to do with that. Cause there's no harvest for me down this road, no field calling me back by my last name, only dust getting kicked up southbound, like a question with no frame. And the snow don't care what I was told, it falls clean on what it can. I'm standing on a December bluff, learning how to be a man. I used to hear work in every story, plowed and pick, hands turned hard as tools, summer stuck under the skin. But here the quiet is louder, even the birds fly wide, a thin white cover on the brush, like the world hit pause outside. No pattern parts for the picking, no whistle cutting noon, just my shadow stretched and thinning under a cold bright moon. And there's no harvest for me down this road, no field calling me back by my last name, only dust getting kicked up southbound, yeah, like a question with no frame. And the snow don't care what I was told, it falls clean on what it can. I'm standing on a December bluff, learning how to be a man. If my people could see this white on green, white on rust, they'd laugh and then go quiet, say, boy, don't worship the dust. So I bend, I grab a fistful, let it run through my glove. Not prayer, not punishment, just weather, just enough. Still there's no harvest for me down this road, no field calling me back by my last name, only dust getting kicked up southbound, and a sky that I won't explain. But the snow don't care what I was told, it falls clean on what it can. I'm leaving that December bluff with my own life in my hands. Toward no one's harvest, toward my own. The day lets go, I'm on the couch with my shoes still on, keys in the bowl like a dull little gong. Street lamp flickers, the TV's blue, but I keep turning the blinds for you. There are two small points in the upstairs pane, like somebody held a match and then changed their brain. And the sky goes gray but the edges first, like a bruise that never learned how to hurt. The moon looks tired like a paper cup left in the rain with the logo washed up. I tell myself it's fine, I'm fine, but my chest keeps checking the time. Stay right there, don't move. Two pins in the Windowglass, I don't need a sign from God, just something that's built to last. Let the whole day drain out, let the air cool on my skin. If you're gone, then teach me how to be alone without giving in. My neighbor laughs through the thin wall board. A fork hits a plate, then the building snores. I scroll old photos I shouldn't see. Your hand on my shoulder, stealing my sleeve. Outside, a small train shakes the track. Somebody's cigarette draws a thin white map, and the moon's down to a rough and drawn, like it's quitting on purpose, one bite at a time. I press my forehead to the cooling screen of the window, trying to read what it means. Those two bright dots don't say a word, still it's the first clear thing I've heard. Stay right there, don't move. Two pins in the window glass. I don't need a sign from God, just something that's built to last. Let the whole day drain out, let the air cool on my skin. If you're gone, then teach me how to be alone without giving in. Dusk is just a room with the lights turned low, where everything on it starts to show. No big speech, no closing scene, just a hush between was and maybe. And the moon half kept promise, thin and pale, like a sticker on a bottle that started to fail. Still those 2 points, steady and plain, hold the ceiling up in my brain. Stay right there, don't move. 2 pins in the window glass. I don't need a sign from God, just something that won't collapse. Let the whole day drain out, let the city exhale again. I can't bring back what we were, but I can learn to live within. The sky goes quiet, and the dust comes in. They posted guards like it mattered, like stone could keep a pulse from coming back. They ran when the shouting turned to quiet, left you where the rich man lent a room. Spices on the air like a bitter cologne, linen pulled tight in the darkened womb. Stamped wax on the rock like a signature. No stories, no bodies disappear. The boys in iron laughed under their breath. A dead man doesn't get up from here. So they tuck their cloaks around their shoulders and let the cold do what it does. Moon on the helmets, dew on their lashes. All that power sleeping in the dust. But you stood up easy, like you've been gone 10 minutes, not 3 days. No fireworks, no marching band, just breath returning to its place. You folded the evidence, every strip, every cloth, like a man who's done. And the room stayed borrowed, but the ending didn't stick. It didn't stick. I heard it secondhand at first light, from a woman with dirt under her nails. She said I went to do the last kind thing, and the whole grave looked like it exhaled. She said there was order in the silence, a carefulness that made me shake, like someone cleaned the kitchen after grief, then walked out outside the hill that took your body. Wore wildflowers like it wasn't a shame. The same ground that drank the rusted water held its head up in the morning rain. 'Cause you stood up easy, like you've been gone 10 minutes, not 3 days. No speeches, no camera flash, just brief return into its place. You folded the evidence, every strip, every cloth, like a man who's done. And the room stayed borrowed, but the ending didn't stick. It didn't stick. They taught me fear is just being practical. Keep your expectations low. Seal the door, post the guards. Call it wisdom, call it control. But an angel on a doorstep, or maybe just a voice in the air, said, why are you digging through yesterday for someone who won't stay there? And the sentence caught the wind, ran down the alleyways and fields, hit the birds mid-song, hit the trees mid-bloom, hit my lungs like, breathe for real. Yeah, you stood up easy, and you walked right past their best made plans. No violence, no revenge, just mercy steady in your hands. You left the grave behind you, left the folded linen like a sign to come, and the world kept turning, but now it's turning different. Now it's turning different. Borrowed stone, folded linen, open air, living word.
They taught us to keep our heads down, to play nice while the table got cleared. Nah, I've been up before the buses run, hands smell like pennies in the factory sun. I watch the boss's kids impress white tees, laughing like the world comes free. We pack up plenty, we still go home short. Smile when they talk like we're built for the chore. Bite my tongue till it tastes like rust, but I'm done making peace with just because. We're not here to be background noise, not here to tune somebody else's joy.
We won't keep planting for another man's plate. Won't call it patience when it's just delay. If our backs built the staircase, we're taking the steps. If we bleed in the choir, we're not bleeding to death. Hold on, we're growing what they can't take.
Mama kept a jar by the kitchen sink, coins for the rent and a little for the church hymn. She said, baby, some flowers hate a bright room. They fold right up like paper in June. So we learn to make a garden in the unseen, in break room prayers and crack phone screens. We hit our wants when nobody looked, in the space between yes sir and what we took. Let them sleep heavy, let them snore. We sharpen in time like a kitchen drawer.
We won't keep planting for another man's plate.
For another man's plate.
Won't call it patience when it's just too late.
And it's just too late.
If our backs built the staircase, we're taking the steps. If we bleed in the choir, we're not bleeding to death. Hold on, we're growing what they can't take.
There's beauty in the blackout by the window. Stars still show up when the street signs don't. There's strength in the places they don't film, in the hush where the hands keep working still. We don't need permission to be proud, we don't need a spotlight to be loud. We're tending what hurts, we're tending what's true, like seeds in a pot
keep pushing through. I don't know when, but I know we're not staying small for their comfort. We won't keep planting for another man's plate. Won't clap for the taking and call it our fate. If our backs built a staircase, we're taking the steps. If we bleed in the quiet, we're not bleeding to death. Hold on, we're growing what they can't take.
We won't keep planting for another man's plate. Won't call it patience when it's just too late. If our backs built a staircase, we're taking the steps. If we bleed in the quiet, we're not bleeding to death. Hold on, we're growing what they can't take. Hold on, we're growing what they can't take.
Wait and work till the fruit is ours to taste. I keep the faucet low, like I'm trying not to wake the building. Hands in the sink, down to my elbows, cold water biting through the day. A bowl that missed the trash night, a pan that held on anyway. Wet rice, soggy cornflakes, stuck like small regrets. The drain coughs up a little storm I didn't mean to get. And you're on the couch in the other room, thumb scrolling, half laughing, half gone. Then my phone lights up your timing, like you knew where I was all along. You text me jokes you stole from strangers, and I smile with my wrists in gray. Is this love, this plain unglamorous favor, just showing up in the messes we make? I'm standing here, dishes and silence, and somehow I feel okay. A fork disappears under the bubbles, like it's hiding from the weak. I scrape the plate, I find the bottom, I hear the pipes start to speak. I lift a fistful of old food and hold it up for trial, like I'm in some cheap apartment theater, playing tragedy with a smile. You send another one, I can't breathe, and the laugh catches in my throat. I look at what I'm holding, this gross little truth, this soaked out joke. You text me jokes you stole from strangers, and I smile with my wrists in gray. Is this love, this plain unglamorous favor, just showing up in the messes we make? I'm standing here, dishes in silence, and somehow I feel okay. I talk to the gunk like it can answer, like a prop from a school play scene. I say, tell me what it means when you don't touch the water, but you still reach me. And it's stupid and it's honest how the smallest things can land, how a screen door laugh can hold a house better than a careful plan. You text me jokes you stole from strangers, and I smile with my wrist in gray. Is this love, this plain unglamorous favor, not roses just staying in? If the sink is a little kingdom and I'm the one who gets stained, then say it again from the doorway of your phone. There is nothing either good or bad, but loving makes it so.
little towel and let myself be yours for a minute. Window cracks, summer still in the glass. Tree lamp buzzing like it's trying to talk. I'm half asleep in an old t-shirt, watching the ceiling do its slow soft. Walk around corner, moon slips through the blinds, lands on the floor like a rented stage. Then you show up, paper white wings, looking for heat, looking for a way. And I should've let it be nothing, just a small thing passing through. But my chest makes a story out of every move you do. Moon dance, don't apologize. You didn't ask to pull the tide in my eyes. And you little white moth, don't carry the shame. It's just the way my mind loves to give things a name. Still I saw you together, yeah, I saw you together. And it turned my quiet into weather. You circled the lamp like a dare, like you knew I was watching from the bed. The moon laid a stripe across your wings, like a spotlight catching every thread. I thought about her, how she left keys in the bowl, soap on her hands. How love can look like it's leaving, even when it's only changing plans. And I should've let it be simple, like meat swing, that's all. But jealousy is a roommate that never pays at all. Moon dance, don't apologize. You didn't ask to pull the tide in my eyes. And you lovely white moth, don't carry the blame. It's just the way my mind loves to give things a name. Still I saw you together, yeah, I saw you together. And it turned my quiet into weather. Only physics in the air, but I felt like somebody chose somebody right in front of my chair. So I opened the window wider, let the room unlearn control. If you're gonna chase that circle, go on, go on, go on. Moon dance, don't apologize. You were only doing what you always do in the sky. A little white moth, you were trying to stay warm for another minute, alive for another day. Still I saw you together, yeah, I saw you together. And I let it pass like weather. Keep it down. Even jokes bounce back in here. I came in late when the gates don't squill. Phone on low, shoes careful on the gravel. The florist left a busted bucket by the sink. Water gone warm, pedals stuck to metal. I wasn't built for this. My mouth's for laughing in crowded rooms, not reading names like receipts in the rain. But I walked straight to your stone like you still had office hours. This place collects what didn't work out, promises with no forwarding address, rings that never found a finger, apologies that missed the trace. Cemeteries aren't for small talk, not for how you've been and what's new. They're for the weight of what we can't fix and the long pause after I loved you. So if I'm here, it's not to stir you up, it's just to borrow a sentence or two. They say your mind was a
cabinet of colors, stories stacked like good bread in a window. Now it's glass, clear, untouchable, like a museum after closing. I leaned in close to the engraving, felt the cold come up through my wrists, and I pictured you under all that stone, rolling your eyes at my nervousness. If there's a rule book for the dead, I'm breaking it with every question. But I'm tired of tragedy being the only language this city lets me speak. Cemeteries aren't for small talk, not for how's the weather, you okay? They're for broken love left in the dirt, for words that wouldn't stay. So if you've got anything spare, a bright scandal, a clean getaway, drop it in my pocket on my way out. Give me something I can play. Coin me a tale, not the kind that ends with an ambulance. Give me lovers who don't flinch, hands that don't let go for sport. Give me a dinner that turns into dancing. Give me a kiss that doesn't ask permission from fear. And if you can't, if all you've got is quiet, then let it be honest quiet, not the kind people use to avoid each other. A couple takes a shortcut through the rows, laughing too loud, swinging their joint hands. For a second I wanna shout, then I don't. I hope they keep it. I brushed dust off my jeans, set a coin on the edge of your marker, like a fee for bothering you, like thanks for the books that kept me breathing. Cemeteries aren't for small talk, and silence doesn't sing, but it teaches you what matters when you're done performing. So I'll leave you to your granite etiquette. I'll take the street noise as my proof, and if your stories are still out there, let one follow me home in my boots. Good night. I'll be louder somewhere else. They keep asking me to explain it. I can't. I can only show you. I look ordinary in the checkout line, palm on the cart, tongue on a frozen joke. But I carry a whole sky under my ribs, like the universe found a place to smoke. I drink morning like it owes me rent, swallow the sun till my teeth feel warm. And if you lean in, you'll taste the metal of every no I turned into a storm. Don't make it a costume, don't make it a trend. It's not what you think it is, it's how I live again. My love comes black without asking permission, not one color, an entire admission. Gold running loose from a cracked open shell, silver change in my pocket that rings when I move. Peach on my fingers, plum on my tongue, a cup of brown heat when the talking is done. Say what you want, I'm not here to be small. When I love, I take up it all. I love men who wanted a postcard version, smoothed out edges, polite and tame. I love women who held my gaze like my name was their middle name. Some days I'm soft as Sunday humming, some days I'm a door that won't unlock. I can be free and still be faithful, I can be quiet and still be rocked. If you're my magnet, I turn to steel. No pretty band, I'm real. If you're my butterfly, don't bring me one flower, bring me a field I can feel for hours. My love comes black
without asking permission. Not one color, an entire admission. Gold running loose from a cracked open shell. Silver change in my pocket that rings when I move. Peach on my fingers, plum on my tongue. A cup of brown heat when the talking is done. Say what you want, I'm not here to be small. When I love, I take up it all. I'm not an argument, I'm not your lesson. I'm the gravity in the room I walk in. I'm the wide open, I'm the locked in. I'm the come closer, I'm the watch it. And you can't split me into pieces and call one part the part you're loving. My love comes black, fully loaded, unhinged. A mouthful of galaxies, sweet and insistent. Gold at the center, still messy, still mine. Silver on my skin like a dare in the sunlight. Peach on my fingers, plum on my tongue. A cup of brown heat when the talking is done. Me and my blackness, we don't let go. We go together wherever we go. My love is black, even when you swear you can't see it, even when you try to name it something else. We meet in the doorway like it's a chore. Keys in my palm, your coat on the floor. You ask how my day was, like reading a script, and I answer too fast, so I don't let it slip. Your eyes don't land, they hover and move, like you're looking past me for something to prove. We're close enough to count every freckle and scar. Still it feels like shouting across a yard. They say there's a distance you can't explain when two people stand there and still feel strange. When you're right in front of me, you're miles away. A clean, bright silence I can't persuade. But when you're gone and the streetlights click on, you fit against me like the clothes I sleep in. I swear I can breathe where your name has been. It's a paradox I live in. Your coffee cups ring on the kitchen wood. Says we were here, says we were good. I scroll through photos I didn't take of your laugh mid-sentence, a little unguarded break. At the sink I rehearse what I should have said, then swallow it down like a pill instead. Funny how absence can soften the truth and bring you back kinder than you ever were in the room. 'Cause space has a way of turning the knife into something that looks like a second chance. When you're right in front of me, you're miles away. A clean, bright silence I can't persuade. But when you're gone and the streetlights click on, you fit against me like the clothes I sleep in. I swear I can breathe where your name has been. It's a paradox I live in. I don't want a war, I don't want a saint. I want you honest, even if it shakes. If I reach for your hand, don't make it a test. Don't make me guess where you go in your head. And if love is a door we keep passing through, Why do we lock it when we're in the same room, but miles on the map? Suddenly you're near, like your mouth on my throat, like you're finally here. When you're right in front of me, you're miles away. I watch your lips move and lose what you say, but when you're gone and the apartment goes still, you're closer than my skin, closer than my will, as close as breath, to living as close as a kiss, admitting it's a paradox I live in. Come back different. You can keep the velvet rope. I'm not built for it. Me cleaned up for the camera, press shirt, perfect grin. Say I'm safe when I behave. Yeah, let me out, pull me back in. You talk soft like it's a favor, like I should be grateful too. But every time you stroke my hair, I feel the fence come into view. You hang a little weight on me and call it shine. Give me room to pace around inside a line. Don't dress me in your Sunday silk. Don't clip my name with shiny things. A wild one can't learn calm just cause you bought it. You can pour the sweetest feed, put my picture on your wall, but I'm built for broken ground. I go dull in a pretty stall. You say you'll buy me time and comfort, heated floors, a glass front view, people nodding when I enter, like I'm something you made true. And you laugh about the power, how I could have what I choose. Even men who never hurt me would kneel down if I said prove. But I don't want your borrowed throne, your easy win. I don't want a crowd of bodies to bring me in. Don't dress me in your Sunday silk. Don't clip my name with shiny things. A wild one can't learn calm just cause you bought it. You can pour the sweetest feed, put my picture on your wall, but I'm built for broken ground. I go dull in a pretty stall. I miss the scrape of stone on hoof, cold air biting clean, choosing hunger over sugar. If the sugar comes with strings, let me be the difficult thing. Let me bruise and let me run. I'd rather earn my breathing hard than breathe for someone. So keep your Sunday silk, keep the gold, keep the keys. If love means locking doors, it isn't love to me. Yeah, you can pour the sweetest feed, call it mercy when I fall, but I'm built for barren hills. I go dull in a pretty stall. Open the gate, or watch me turn to paper. Pulled over for no good reason, just a feeling. There's a broken pump off County 6, sun-bleached sign that no one fixes. And I don't need a drink, they said it tastes like coins anyway.
I don't need a meet up, someone's waiting past the railroad bridge. Text bubble hovering like a dare. You close. I'm not tired, not really. My shoes keep time on their own, like the road's got a metronome. And I'm too proud to miss the downbeat. Something in me makes a stop where there's nothing to buy, nothing to prove. So I walk to the rim and looking like it might look back. So I drop a pebble in just to hear what's living underneath. Counting it 1, 2, waiting on a sound to set me free. And it hits nothing, just air doing its job. That's when I remember some places only feel deep till you ask them to be. I've had loves like roadside wells, pretty from the shoulder of the highway. Cool story, good angle, a place you point at and keep moving. I've had friends like open doors that only open when you push alone. And I've worn maybe like a jacket because it fit every season. Up ahead the miles keep talking, telling me I'm late to my own life. I can't keep betting my whole week on a weekend phase. So I lean over again, throw another stone, not for luck, for proof. Yeah, I drop a pebble in just to hear what's living underneath. Counting 1, 2, waiting on a sound to set me free. And it hits nothing, just air doing its job. That's when I remember some places only feel deep till you ask them to be. Get back on the road, don't make a church out of a shortcut. Don't kneel to every pretty stop that keeps you from the finish. Some folks collect little pauses like stamps on a passport, then wonder why the years feel rented. If you're chasing something true, move. If you're scared it's gone, check. Hearts are like wells, you don't know they're empty till you test the depth. So I drop a pebble in one last time before I leave. Counting 1, 2, no splash coming back to me. I don't curse it, I don't name it, I just turn toward the mile ahead. Let my footsteps strike the gravel like a match that finally catches. Fancy slows you down, and sometimes that's all it is. A stop that costs you everything because it asks for nothing.
It is 5:15 a.m. Dear Chris, hello? Coffee's gone cold in a paper cup. The street sweeper sings in reverse. I scroll past somebody's cake and candles. Somebody's we did it in white dress shirts. And a guy down the block writes his name on the handle of a shovel he just bought. Like ownership is holy, like dirt is something you can't lock. How strange to be gone in a minute. One blink and the room rearranges. I keep your laugh in a pocket that's got a hole in it lately. Everything turns into a note for the day, a name on a screen, then it floats away. If I could quit my tricks, I would. If I could stop making meaning out of dust, I would. But I keep going, sign shovel shaking hands with the ground, trying to put the book down. I had this sleep where a white tree stood right in the middle of a parking lot. No leaves, trees, just bright branches, like antenna looking for a signal that's not. I woke up with the old stories in my mouth. The code of the West, don't flinch, don't ask. But it's hard to play tough when you're carrying somebody's absence on. And the city keeps celebrating like nothing ever ends. A joke at the corner table, a toast to brand new rings. Everything turns into a note for the day, a name on a screen, then it floats away. If I could quit my tricks, I would. If I could stop making meaning out of dust, I would. But I keep going, sign shovel shaking hands with the ground, trying to put the book down. This rough magic, I'm done with it. No more turning loss into art on command. No more prayers dressed up as clever lines. No more smoke in my own hands. I asked for a little heavenly music, just enough to get me through. Something that hits the nerve clean, something that doesn't lie like I do. So I'm breaking the staff I leaned on, burying it where the roots can't reach. Certain fathoms under the noise, where the water keeps its speech. And deeper than the tape can measure, I'm sinking every page I saved. Let the ink learn how to dissolve, let the mouth learn how to behave. Everything turns into a note for the day, a name on a screen, then it floats away. If I could quit my tricks, I would. If I could stop making meaning out of dust, I would. But I keep going. One more call before the sun comes around, trying to put the book down. It is 5:15 a.m. Dear Chris, hello? Window cracked, fan on low, you already know. The moon posts up like a nosy neighbor on the fire escape of my balcony. I'm trying to read, but I keep rereading the same damn line like it's a plea. I used to be good at being good at keeping my mouth shut, keeping score. Now your text still up and my discipline slides down the kitchen floor. You don't raise your voice, you don't rush the lock, you just name what you want and I forget what I thought. Take my talking privilege, make it a rule, put 2 fingers under my chin, say, stay, and I do. You steer the spill of my breath like a bartender's pour. I come apart neat on purpose on your floor. Yeah, I like the limit when it's yours. Yeah, I like the limit when it's yours. I didn't think restraint could ever fit me. I'm all static, always over-explaining, but you're the gap where my logic leaks out and suddenly it's not so loud in my brain. You pin my runaway sentences down like receipts that won't stop fluttering. I get bratty just to watch you smile, then you correct me without touching. Check in, eye contact, your hand on the knot, a small knot green, and the world goes soft. Take my talking privilege, make it a rule, put 2 fingers under my chin, say, stay, and I do. You steer the
taking your time. Fuse your strap at the corner of my mouth, and I'm laughing with my eyes. Not shame, just silence, like finally turning off a buzzing sign. Color green, breathe, okay. Take my talking privilege, make it a rule. Hold me steady while I shake, stay, and I do decide where the air goes. You decide what it's for, and I trust you enough to want it more. Yeah, like the limit when it's yours. I like the limit when it's yours. Be done. No speeches. Just you untying the knot. And the fan on low. I keep a coarse edge in a coffee mug, like a dare I never took. Laundry day, violet on my fingertips, bruised color that won't wash out. The neighbor's grandmother's on folding chairs, stockings pulled at their ankles, watching traffic like it owes them money. I'm overfed on small colors, bus ads, nail polish, cheap candy wrappers. Everything loud, everything gone the second you look away. Down at the corner market, seafood sings behind the glass. I lean in close like it's a secret, and the whole world goes click, click, purr. Then it leaves a riddle in sequence, a joke told too fast. I try to pin meaning to my shirt like a flower for a dance, but my hand's shaking. The whole world goes click, click, purr. Then it leaves. Oh. Evening in the park with nobody in it, benches shining like wet coins. Someone's dropped a stack of church flyers, revival promises and glossy ink, rustling every time the wind changes its mind. From a block away a marching band rehearses, trumpets bent out of shape, notes sharp as kitchen knives. A kid in a mascot suit waves at nothing, I wave back. My phone lights up with graphs, sleep stats, steps, a pulse line climbing like cliffs drawn by a nervous hand. And the whole world goes click, click, purr. Then it leaves a riddle in sequence, a joke told too fast. I try to pin meaning to my shirt like a flower for a dance, but my hand's shaking. The whole world goes click, click, purr. Then it leaves. Sometimes it gets really stupid beautiful. An eagle on a billboard wearing fake teeth, a street magician pulling rabbits from a sieve, a philosophy podcast drifting from an Uber like smoke from a bad machine. And there he is, Kant in the fog, uninvited, trying to act casual in my peripheral like, don't mind me, I'm just passing through your Tuesday. Bilious little visions, green around the gills. They crack the surface and skate away. But the whole world goes click, click, purr. Then it leaves a riddle in sequence, a joke told too fast. Still I pin meaning to my shirt, cheap flower, brave attempt. Cause even fractured, even jagged, it adds up to something. Yeah, the whole world goes click, click, purr. Then it leaves corsage in a coffee mug, I keep it anyway. Click, 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 purr. Then departed.